everyone, it's Rebecca here, and I thought I would have a nice chatty little Saturday afternoon while I edit a video and then create a TBR jar. So this is the third or fourth time of trying to edit this sequels I want to read video, and it's doing my goddamn head in. So I'm just going to get it edited, get it saved, and then whilst that's saving, start cataloguing my unread books. My shelves in the background, they are a mess. I actually need to get another bookcase because it turns out that I have way too many. Yeah, I'm just gonna edit this video and go from there. Hello. It's been a while since I last updated you. I have edited that video. In that time where you were off because you were charging, I did something. I did try and tidy my shelves a little bit so it looks better in this frame. There's still a few bits lying around, but I added some lights as well to it, which you can't really see from here, but you might be able to see the little globes. I've decided to speak to Instagram and Twitter to reach out and see if anyone had any questions for me as a Q&A to ask. I might just do that while I have TBR jar creation. So for my TBR jar, I have these little notes. I got these from Paper Chase years ago, so they're not going to have any colour coordination to what's on the actual shelves. It's just going to be whatever colour I fancy picking up. Obviously it's not going to be one per sheet because that's just silly. Have you seen the size of the sheet? I'll get a few out of each sheet, no problem. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I need to grab the jar that it's going in. It's from an Illumicrate subscription box, and yeah, let's see if I can get some cues to A. Can't believe I just said that. So this is the jar in question. You can't really see properly because of the glare, because my lighting is absolutely shocking. But it does have read me written on it. It's just a screw top jar. And yeah, it was from Illumicrate. So now that I've got the jar, my phone has been going a little bit crazy. And that's because Vanessa from over at Wonderness has left me some questions. So she's actually texted me when saws I had so many questions and that's fine. I really don't mind. It's just a chatty little Q&A situation we've got going on. It's very, very nice. Very happy to be actually doing it. I've just seen one that's come up on Twitter and I don't want to answer that because I don't want to read the rest of it to find out what it is. But I'm going to go off the first one that she sent me, which is, what are your standout favourite books? I have three. One was from my teenage years, which I absolutely loved. The other was young adult age, and one of them was Booktube era, early Booktube days. So the earliest one is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Right, it's nothing like Twilight for starters. That is one of the reasons why. I remember reading this at the time and just falling in love with the characters, falling in love with the story. It was so captivating, and it's one of those that I know Stephanie Meyer is an author that gets a lot of bad press because of her writing in Twilight, and a lot of people don't actually rate The Host, but I really, really enjoyed it. If you like dystopian, if you like alien invasion kind of dystopian, I like this book. So The Host follows our main character. She has two names, but bear with me. So this follows Melanie, who is at the start of the book on a scavenge for food in a deserted town. They are currently hiding out somewhere so that they don't get caught by these aliens who have essentially taken over the human body, and they are little like plasma life forms, and she stumbles upon a crew, the plasma people, who then capture her, and they put this alien life form called Wanderer into her body, so she is the host. And what normally happens when a host is used is the host's memory, the plasma takes over, so they stop becoming their original selves and start becoming this host. And we follow Wanderer as she's struggling to take over Melanie's body fully, and we follow Melanie, who's really, really reluctant to let Wanderer in. There's a beautiful friendship formed between them both. It's such an interesting way that it's been done. It's been done from both perspectives. I think there was even more than just their perspectives in this. Absolutely loved it. Would highly, highly recommend. Next up is another dystopian, surprise, surprise. And this one is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Absolutely love this one. This one is a zombie apocalypse. The film has Glenn Close in, I believe. She plays like this badass, almost like a headmistress, like a badass leader of this vicinity where our main character is kept. She is a zombie, or kind of like a zombie, and nobody really understands why the kids are developing differently to the adults that have this zombie virus. So the kids are kind of kept in like an army camp to be tended to. All hell breaks loose basically. So we follow our characters as they are basically trying to keep the girl with all the gifts safe. Another one, funnily enough, called Melanie. I really enjoyed this. I still highly rate it. I watched the film and it's not as highly rated for me as the book is. It's the same as any kind of book to film adaptation. You leave out so much, and it was the same with The Host. You leave out so much, but I would highly recommend this one. This third one is a one that I didn't expect to enjoy and I absolutely loved it, and that is The Bees by Lillian Paul. This one follows a group of bees. What are they called? A swarm of bees. This one actually follows bees, like I'm not even kidding. There's no aliens, there's no humans, anything like that. It is literally bees, and it's a bee colony and bee hierarchy basically. This follows our bee Flora 717. She is a survivor, and basically there is a hierarchy, there is a role for every bee in the colony. However, Flora is not happy with her role and has an overwhelming motherly urge. As a regular worker bee and not the queen bee, you should not be having those urges. So this one is a really good, heartwarming, heart-wrenching tale, in fact, of somebody longing for that motherhood and breaking all of the boundaries to make sure she can be the best that she can be. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. Not a lot of people have heard of this one, and it kind of goes under the radar for quite a few people, so I would definitely recommend this one to anyone and everyone. So obviously there was so many books that I could have picked to put in there and didn't. I've only realised when I've looked at my shelves that pretty much the only books I have on my bookshelf up there are ones that I would rate like 4 or 5 stars or more than 5 stars, like 4 stars or higher, and one of those is Awakened by James Murray and Darren Wearmouth, I want to say. That one is a horror, and you know what, I am there for it. So it follows a whole new like metro station opening, and the first people, or a whole new train line opening, the first people go on that first journey and don't come back. There is something in the tunnels, and we follow a group of people who are trying to figure it out in the control room and a group of people who are trying to figure it out down in person in the tunnels, and things happen. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was a really short read. I would highly recommend. Right, so I keep turning my back because my unread books start on that top shelf. I think I might catalogue this in number form because I don't think I could be bothered to write this all out twice, let's be honest here. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, let's do this tally. 5. It's about 5 per page. So yeah, while I'm folding these, let's get another question. Another one from Vanessa is, if you could go to a talk and meet and greet with 2 authors, who would they be? Oh, does Tom and Giovanna Fletcher count as 2 people, or can they just be 1? That's a very serious question, because if they're just 1, then I think it would probably have to be J.K. Rowling or Jacqueline Wilson. I was growing up, they brought me so much joy in reading. They taught me what it is, what it means to be a reader, and what it is to appreciate reading for what it actually is. It's words on a page, but they transport you so far, so many different places, and make you feel all the feelings. And those 2 authors really did mean a lot to me growing up. Jacqueline Wilson because of Tracy Beaker. That was a one that my parents didn't mind buying for me. And then J.K. Rowling because of Harry Potter, obviously. I know that people have their qualms with J.K. Rowling, and I can totally understand why. But right now, because of what she's done for me in terms of reading and growing up, and what joy her books have brought me, it would have to be J.K. Rowling and Jacqueline Wilson for those 2 reasons. Tom and Giovanna Fletcher mainly because I've been massive fans of them for so long. Not gonna lie, actual couple goals. Right, let's get some more of these written down before I forget them all. So yeah, I think that was a very good question. Like, who would I invite? And I think I've cheated a little bit because instead of having 2, I've had 4. So I have cheated a little bit, but I could do 2 separate dinners with them and just have the Fletchers in one dinner and then Jacqueline Wilson and J.K. Rowling in the other. Thank you very much again, Vanessa. Oh, I've just refreshed my notifications on Twitter and I've got so many questions. This is really exciting. This is really sad that I'm really this excited. So Sasha from Sasha Reads. Hi Sasha, thank you so much for leaving me a question. This is Well Read and Half Dead, by the way, on Booktube. Oh, good question. So she's asked me 3. What are your favourite standalone books? I feel like I've already answered that one. What's your favourite book cover ever? Oh no, that's a really good question actually. I don't think I've got a favourite book cover ever. I'm a very cover indulgent person. I will buy a book because it has a pretty cover. Like, that's really bad and not read it, I will just keep it forever and never read it. And Illumicrate are not helping that situation. They have started doing beautiful covers and also sprayed edges. So I think because I really like looking for covers, I don't actually end up having a favourite cover, if that makes sense. I think the content inside is worth more, but if I, right now, off the top of my head, if I had to pick a favourite cover, it would be the paperback Eve of Man or the Eve of Illusion, which is right here actually. It's got the gold dusted kind of like sheen, the butterfly, the tower, just everything. Or the hardback Eve of Man's also pretty. I would also probably go with, again off the top of my head, Crescent City. It's a stunning cover. It's got stunning end pages too. Just fabulous. Thank you very much, Sasha. Oh, good question. So the last question she sent me is there a book you think is overhyped and which one? So this will probably make me lose a lot of subscribers. Gone Girl. Just end of. Did not rate that book in the slightest. Did not like it. Did not like the protagonist. Thought she was a whiny little cow bag. Did not like her at all. Totally saw the twist coming in terms of her involvement. Spoiler alert. I don't think it should be a spoiler anymore because, you know, if you haven't read it by now, what have you been doing with your life? Care about it? Why haven't you read it? So yeah, Gone Girl, definitely without a doubt. I have issues. I have wrote a whole review about that. I have so many issues about that. And then another one that was hyped, I think Throne of Glass and Illuminate, but I can see why people like those, whereas Gone Girl, I really struggled to see why people like those. Yeah, that's that. Next up is Victoria from Reader on the Run. Hi Victoria, thank you so much for your questions. She sent me 4 questions. Oh, what book world would you want to live in? Hogwarts, without a doubt. Easy peasy, job done. I love Hogwarts. The magic, the beauty, just the fact that 99% of that was actually filmed in the UK, like especially earlier on, like one of the, like in the earlier films, they used Alnwick, which is literally an hour away from where I live, and Durham, which is literally 20 minutes away from where I live, for a lot of the scenes. Definitely say that Harry Potter, like Hogwarts, definitely without a doubt. The next one she sent in is what is the most challenging thing about having a booktube channel? The waiting for things to upload when your upload speed is shit. The finding the energy to film sometimes can be difficult because sometimes you feel like your quality isn't good enough and your content's not good enough. The worry is a big thing. I'm finding more negatives than positives. I really hope that you're not considering starting a channel and asking me for advice, because this isn't it. If you're going to go down the route of a booktube channel, the most challenging thing is having the want to do it, because anybody can upload a video to YouTube and await feedback, but you've got to have that drive, especially with Booktube, because there's so much already involved in that. You've got the reading, obviously, the reviewing, filming, the editing. I don't put a lot of effort into my videos in terms of how I look because I don't really care. I'm doing these for me, but there is a lot of people who go full makeup mode, and I feel like that is a challenging thing for me because I don't do that when I normally go to work anyway. There's so many challenging aspects of it that they sometimes feel like they outweigh the bad, but it's all worth it in the end when you get the views and you get the questions like this, like the interaction like this is just a completely other level. I hope I've answered that question. So just while I'm cutting these up, the next question from Victoria, she's also asked, which video have you made that you are most proud of? So in terms of views, like the level of views, my adult colouring book videos, my speed colouring one, actually I was quite proud of myself on that one because at the time I didn't have a tripod and clearly I didn't have a very steady hand, and I couldn't talk about anything at the time because my parents were in bed and they didn't know I had a YouTube channel, and they still don't, so let's keep it that way. I think my speed colouring, which is in my most popular uploads, ones that are in there, I feel like they are videos to be proud of in terms of watchability. In terms of what I am proud of that I've created, don't know, because I go through phases of I really like these ideas and then I don't like them. It's weird because I don't do your typical kind of videos, so I don't do your TBRs and your wrap-ups. I do a lot of hauls, and I like that because I like to hoard books, but I feel like that's very typical and shouldn't be something that I'm proud of. It feels like it's kind of like a problem. I think my reading vlogs, when I go up to bought a book, I do really like those because it feels like you're stepping into a completely different world. I do think that they are some of the content that I am most proud of. Thank you very much, Victoria. Simon from The Life of Simon. Hi Simon. He's a very recent watcher of my videos. Thank you so much for your lovely feedback. If you could meet, and this is in capitals, one character from a book, who and what one question would you ask them? Oh my god, how would I answer that question? I don't know how I would answer that question. You know what? I genuinely don't know. Like, you've completely stumped me there, Simon. I'm gonna have to think about that. Just one. Oh, I would probably go with either Cormoran Strike or Robin from the Robert Galbraith novels, I would ask Robin why. just why. Because you see so much happening, like so much happens in the books, and with their dynamic you have to ask Robin why, just why. If you haven't read them, I would highly recommend you do. Start with the first one, which is The Cuckoo's Calling, and work your way through them all, the most recent one being Lethal White, and then there's a 5th one coming out in September. I would just ask her why. Like, why? Just why, Robin, why? But thank you very much, Simon. I do appreciate your questions. So Vanessa asked me, which book would you like to see turned into a movie and who would play the main characters? Oh, interesting. What book would I like to see turned into a movie? Oh, at the minute, Eve of Man. I feel like Eve of Man is my answer to everything right now, because everybody needs another Hunger Games. They need another series that they can binge on if it's done, as long as it's done properly. So I would definitely say Eve of Man once the trilogy is fully released. In terms of characters, like actors and actresses, I have this thing where some people genuinely don't see images in their head. I am one of them. It's weird. When it comes to imagining things, I struggle a lot seeing the actual physical thing in my head, but describing it no problem. So I don't know who would play who in this situation. One of the head guys in Eve of Man, Bram's father, the guy who plays the baddie in Avatar, he could be Bram's father. Easily be Bram's father because of that bad guy look about him. I don't know, I feel like it depends on the age range that you're going for. I don't know how the Eve of Illusion's gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna take a more adult-y tone or if it's gonna be young adult still. I don't know, so I feel like until I know that, I can't truly answer that question. So I would go with, I would like to see Aurora Rising or something like that done well. And again, couldn't put my finger on who would play who. It's difficult. You would probably have to go for an actress such as Jennifer Lawrence, or one of the main females, because she's known for sci-fi as well, and Karen Gillan maybe, but the rest I couldn't put my finger on. That was really difficult. I don't like that question. So yeah, this has been fun. I'm not getting very far with this, so that's like literally 20 things. I have 10 times more to go in there at least. I'll be here a while. So yes, thank you all so much for watching. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. I will probably do another chatty kind of situation again in future. I really appreciated those questions and such quick time as well, so thanks guys, it's much appreciated. I'll leave a link to everyone down below. Hopefully by the time this video goes up I will have finished my TBR jar. I didn't even tell anybody why I was doing it, but I will explain it all in another video. Yeah, if you open the description there'll be links to all of my social medias and the social medias of the people mentioned in this video. Thank you all so much for those questions, as I said. Go say hello to all of those guys, give them a follow, give them a thumbs up, whatever you fancy. Just go say hello, they would really appreciate your support too. I shall see you all soon with another video. Hopefully better quality than this, because I don't know how long it's going to be. Bye.